All right, guys, hello, welcome back to the Insomnia 61 CSGO Open Tournament. I am John. Joining me again, Switch Jamie on Twitter. Follow it, like it, subscribe it, smash that like button, smash that donate to the Patreon.
When
I don't
did
know,
we
man.
become YouTubers?
Hey, man, we're all YouTubers now. Anyway, we're going to be bringing you the round 5 of the lower bracket, which is going to be Project X versus the Goose House, I think.
Yep.
We saw Project X, our first game of the day that we cast together. That was an unfortunate overtime loss for them. They actually took it to 15 rounds, but didn't manage to win out the overtime. Their CT side not quite strong enough to carry them through.
Yeah, they went out to In and Out on Friday, who are still here on Saturday. So
No, hang on, they've gone. They're out of the tournament.
They're out of the tournament now. They were still here on Saturday.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are
not necessarily living up to that
still
namesake anyway. But either way, Project.
do you know what? I only just got that name.
What, you only
just got that name.
Oh, my lordy lord. Well, anyway, Project X will have the opportunities to maybe redeem themselves here in the lower bracket. The winner of this one will actually go off to face off against IGI for a spot in the lower bracket consolidation match. And that will lead into the lower bracket finals, which should lead to our grand finals.
So this is the last game we're going to be bringing you today. Tomorrow, we're going to be bringing you the upper bracket finals and the lower bracket finals. The winners of those two will be going on to the grand finals, which will be casting in the evening on the player stage. So if you're at Insomnia, make sure you come down to the stage, check it out, cheer it on, sit in the crowd, make it look not as lonely as it has for some of these things that we've been sat here watching during the day. Because some of it's been a bit, not the stuff's been good. It's just there's no one there.
Yeah, we haven't got the audience here.
Yeah.
This is sad.
Do you know what draws people to these sorts of things?
What?
Sponsors like GT Omega chairs. Oh, what a great chair! There we go. Go buy them. Woo!
You absolute sellout. Right then.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're going to get into the game. So
yes, the
question is, is their goose cooked, or are they going to be Project Exterminated?
Oh,
There's only one way to find out, guys. Let's get into the knife round. Let's get the action underway. Project X versus the Goose House.
You told me you had a pun ready for this.
I did. I did tell you, and
anyway,
I was right.
So the Goose House is a team that's interested me over the past few lands that we've seen them at. You know, they haven't had the greatest placements in the world, but I think they would be within the top 8 now that they're here this far into the lower bracket, and that's quite crucial as well. I say crucial with all puns intended. That is their coach. Took me a long time to actually get the name right.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It is. So, yeah, they had a couple of lineup changes in between the last LAN and this one. So, it's going to be interesting to see how well they really do come together and if they can find themselves maybe in with a playoffs position. Will be very, very difficult, but we'll see if they can do it right here. It's going to be Project X starting things off on the CT side, of course, the defensive Animex. So in with the defuse kit and the smoke. Do excuse the lack of volume. It is coming up in just a couple of seconds right here. Rula will get the first pick onto Luke, JM, and just like that, the T side will ramp their way in towards the mid aggression. Jack gets a kill back to Lols. It's a 4v4, and now the T side will just go back in towards Cadetto, maybe wrapping towards the B side here.
Pushing in. They still have got that presence, 4v4 as you said, but Jack makes it Quick 3v4 as Shawnski trades it back pretty instantly. Eddie does go down. Now, they do know where the bomb is. They do know it's going to be pushing up that mid position through bathrooms. Howls managed to win the face there against B-Magic. AC trying to push on towards this A site. Shots through the smoke, not actually managed to land, and they do actually go for the pre-fire. Is going to back Adam straight off further towards that CT position. Bomb now on site. They do have the flank and the backstab coming in from Log potentially, but AC starts to push through. They are going to go for the full rotate to B. They still got 54 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to come back into this one.
And these long rotations from ProjectXgg, Shawnski can't cut things off. He's got to go back in towards A. He's got to go back in towards the rotation. Try to see if they can shot this down. Adam XO almost gets in enough shots to shot down the bomb plum, but AC gets away alive, barely. 49 HP, and Adam XO missed a few crucial ones in that case. The smoke will go down. He's still got the defuse kit. He's going to stick this one. Shawnski's got to hold things off by the body block. Takes the first man. AC takes him back. Looks for the second. He barely finds it as well. With a little under a second left. It will be the T side winning the pistol.
Fantastic performance there. It's that Goose House taking the pistol round, so they are going to start to get this game competitive with ProjectX. ProjectX were stronger on their CT side when we saw them before, which means that maybe they'll be stronger going into the second half of this matchup. We'll find out. There's only one way to know. The face going off towards Connector, and it's going to be AC coming out on top with a lovely couple of shots to the brain. Luke is going to follow it up as well as Adam falls, but Howls isn't quite done yet as he manages to land the deagle shot. Luke JM, though, quickly ends that one. Finds himself a second as well, making it 3 total for him in the round. Now, Shawnski. Last man has the deagle, has the power, all the opportunity in the world to go for this one.
Indeed does. 1v4, but very difficult situation for ProjectX for Shawnski in particular. We're going to hold this one back in towards that connector area, save the Eagle as much as he can, because the T side are they're pretty powerful at the moment. They've got basically all the kills they want to, all on SMGs, so the money is just perfectly set here for the CT side. Oh, sorry, for the T side, excuse me. CT side. Yeah, but no, ProjectX will have to wait a couple more rounds, and AC shuts down Shawnski. Very nicely done. That's going to be the second kill for him. And again, all kills on SMG weapons means that the economy is going to be bolstered for the T side, and that's exactly what they want to do, because if ProjectX ever manage to break 3 players down, and suddenly the economy can still stabilize itself, they can still get themselves back in with a buy and to recover from there. But you know, if they didn't get those kills, if they got those kills with the Galil, for instance, then that option wouldn't be available here for the T side. So ProjectX most likely going to concede this next round. It's going to be full eco. They will charge down towards Connector, as will the T side. They're just going to come to a head, spray them all down. Luke JM gets 2, Eddie gets 1, Jack gets 1 back, and once again, all the kills with SMGs. It's exactly what they need right here. This money line is going to be looking incredible, and indeed it does. Almost 10k on AC already, with the first gun round buy-ups coming into play.
Fast and loose, frag fest in Connector. Loads of kills going across. They just wanted to get that round over and done with, really. It seemed like that was their strategy, but now guns across the board. B-Magic holding on to that Mac 10, which implies they do want to keep going with this fast and loose playstyle, potentially going for this fast monster push coming out on towards the B bomb site, but they have actually opted to go instead towards water, and that's going to be well, not favourable for them, as they do lose 2 players pushing in. Luke JM does only find the only kill for them so far, continuing to push towards water. 3 players trying to look towards this B site even further than they already have done. Jack trying to find his way around this smoke, seeing if he can edge his way past it, but stalled out, so they are just going to take their time here. A little boost, potentially, over the top, and Incendiary going to be cleaning out Toxic, and that's a brilliant bit of communication. Eddie finds 2 headshots. That Galil coming up huge for them, and all of a sudden, it's the 4-3 switcheroo to the 3-2.
Very crucial. Caught Adam and Howls completely off guard. Adam was trying to make his way back in towards water, and his back entirely was turned, and Howls was watching down that monster position, so he wasn't concentrating at all. Good couple of picks. Turns it into a 3 versus 2. Now to the man advantage for this T side. So Ruler and Shawnski are the last 2 alive, and Shawnski falls, as does Ruler. That's 4-0. That's to the favour of the Goose House.
I just want to highlight the play that they actually made there, which was actually very, very intelligent. The Incendiary grenade was chucked all the way over to Toxic, and what that meant was it forced the player playing there to actually push off, and Eddie being on the boost at the right time means that he can get that pick 100% every day, because they are probably not going to expect it, right? He's boosting over exactly the same time they're moving. He managed to follow up with the second, which probably is something that just was down to him being very, very good at the game, rather than anything else. But AC is going to get the first shot off. Eddie trades it for a second as well, so they find themselves in a bit of the opposite situation there.
Shonsky had, I think, a little bit too much control out towards that long push. They just got so much tag damage on through. They took down Luke JM, sure, but Eddie's on 17 HP, so he's going to have to be very, very careful. Not AC, though. He can still pick him with the AWP, and he managed to land it very cleanly onto Lols in this particular case. So, 2v4, I should really say here in this case. Favourable, of course, to the T-side. Goose House have full control of this one. This is basically, for all intents and purposes, an eco round. Should have gone to 5-0 for the Goose House boys. ProjectXgg, they both held out towards sites in the positions in the A site push, and they're not even going to bother for this one. Maybe Adam could go ahead and recover one of those guns, particularly the one dropped by Luke James. Indeed, he's actually going to find that Galil, so that's a pretty decent pickup for ProjectXgg. It's just relieving that investment a little bit by little bit, so that's more than fine. He can run away and save it. Maybe Ruler might look for a hand cannon shot and an exit frag and try to see if he can recover with the AKs or the M4 AWP. So, not to be in this case, he is making his way back around. Actually, he could catch off AC if he's not careful. He'll hear the footsteps. That's the AWP as well, like you say. He's holding down this angle. See if he does take him down. Flashbang coming on out. He's hearing those footsteps so badly, and he's a little bit tempted to peek. 5-0, it will go to the favour of the Goose House. Ruler not going to be able to find. Does spot out B-Magic. Almost takes down the AWP, but that's the M4 out of play, so they have to reinvest that one. But they're not going to have a problem with that. Look at the money. It's so good here.
They have an absolute wealth of money behind them. They are ready to spend it all on those guns. 4 AKs, 1 AWP. 4 M4s, 1 AWP. ProjectXgg come in with a gun round now here, round 6. 5-0 lead already, going over to the Goose House. And they're going to try and make it work for them. B-Magic actually gets legged there, I believe that was, with a push into connector.
Down to 15 HP already. Aggression does not pay out in masses that the Goose House really wanted it to work for, and Luke JM as a result will also fall in the push in towards the B side. That kind of was a little bit, I don't know, it didn't feel like it was too on the money. It didn't feel like it had a purpose other than maybe to play the lurk, but the T side, they looked like they set up towards this B side, so he basically just gave his life away for nothing in this case. So ProjectXgg in with a very nice man advantage in this particular case right here. And a lot of damage of the B-Magic as well means that this could get very, very risky here for the T-side. A minute still to go, so they have got options to work with, but the bomb hasn't committed to a site just yet. It can still rotate in towards A and mid, but we'll see what the Goose House have to offer here.
Playing it a little bit slow, taking a passive approach. Just biding their time. They have lost a man, so they do need to make sure what they do is the right play. ProjectXgg looking to put their first round on the board. The push through Monster does start to come through. Incendiaries coming out, forcing out players left, right, and center. Able to capitalize on it. Nice bits of damage coming through. Adam able to close 1, close 2. Will he be able to find the third onto AC? Has that AWP available. Doesn't have the bomb, looking for the corner. But Ruler able to win the trade there, and now ProjectXgg back in the running with 1 round on the board. 5-1 is your scoreline in this best of 1.
Here we are. Great opening finally coming in from ProjectXgg, and it's been pretty decent as well with the damage they've done to B-Magic and Luke JM. They're pretty low on their money lines. Still doesn't excuse the fact that Eddie, Jack, and AC are sitting pretty decently in their own right, and they probably can drop out the weapons to their respective teammates. So we'll see. Of course, if they lose this round, and it does mean that will have to be a point of contention for them. But for now, he'll go in towards that T side and CT default. Favourable to the B side, and no defensive out towards long. Doesn't matter because the T side are not going towards this direction. Actually, the Goose House are once again setting up for the B side. They've got utility. They can go for an execution. They can potentially flash their way in towards the site and smoke off necessary angles. And indeed, that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Lots over the edge. Adam is still pretty easily left out in the open. Jack and Luke JM will come up with 2, but now Adam's got to come up huge. Takes down 2, but doesn't excuse him getting traded out right there. B-Magic gets the kill. It's a 3v2 situation. Shonsky and Ruler will go in, and Ace is going to shut that down very, very quickly. So Ruler, with the AWP of his own, will just back off. No point in making this retake work. Sacrificing that AWP is not worth it. And the team side will get off scot-free, 6-1.
They're not going to have a lot of money left at all, ProjectXgg. Obviously being reset off the back of that win-loss set will pretty much put them down straight into the dump. So Ruler saving this AWP with the armor and the diffuse kit and the smokes and the flashes and the deagle actually as well. Even that could be traded over to another player and give them a little bit more power. That's going to be so crucial moving into this next round. So they're just going to back off through water. through mid and just straight back to T-spawn. Watching, waiting for Ruler to maybe make an entrance, but it's not going to be. He is going to keep hold of that AWP. So they do have a decent chunk of money there. Ruler can buy, yeah, so you see he actually picked up the FAMAS there for, gave it over to LOLZ. Shornsky can afford to buy his own, and they actually cobbled together a very good buy here, given the circumstances.
Yeah, not bad at all. The AWP coming out, of course, straight from Ruler. Pretty much it solidified this buy, otherwise it would have been very, very weak from the likes of Ruler and LOLZ. But the FAMAS in this case isn't that bad of a weapon to contemplate. 3 M4s, so ProjectXgg will go back to their standard setups. This time, actually, it's more centered towards the A site and connector control. 2 players watching the exact same angle towards the connector door can get risky, especially if the T side can get some grenades down there. They could very easily do some damage. But for now, they are just actually going to peek on out. LOLZ baits out Jack, and Hal's able to get the trade back to a 4 versus 4. So nicely done from ProjectXgg. LOLZ playing this one pretty nicely, and Ruler also playing this one nicely as well, getting a flick on towards AC. Turns the man advantage back to the favour of the ProjectXgg side. So let's see if we can get a second AWP shot. No way B-Magic can peek into this one. Surely he must read this. No, he doesn't. And a second thick coming from Ruler. Not going to quite find it in this case. But he's got the information that the T-side are making their way up, so the rotation is necessary. It's going to be important and placed rightly. Ruler does full. House takes down Luke JM. That leaves Eddie in a 1 versus 3, and this is very, very undoable here.
1v3, it's been done before. We saw Mezzy do it, but Mezzy isn't Eddie. Or Eddie isn't Mezzy, more accurately, I guess. Both are pretty accurate, but this one's more relevant. Eddie isn't Mezzy. So, yeah, he does get shut down. ProjectXgg take the round off the back of what could have been actually a bad reset for them. That AWP really did actually give them the leeway to play around it, because they wouldn't have been able to really cobble together that buy without that drop FAMAS, without that sort of little bit of extra play, wiggle room, allowing them just to get in a decent chunk of damage. Jack does get a little bit of spray going over onto him, but Howls gets a little bit more onto B-Magic as he does fall. Pushing through the smoke's not going to get you anywhere, my friend. Luke JM just goes down again in the same way as his teammate. 14 HP left on Howls, but 2 kills has already meant it's worth it.
Yeah, it's shutting down the 2 key players here. B-Magic and Luke JM not quite showing up in the way that you kind of expect. And B-Magic bottom fragging, of course, he is the IGL, but you still got to put some impact on the board right here. Eddie will try to see if he can make up for it. Takes down Howls, but LOLZ comes back with another kill. AC with the AWP shot, trying to get the opportunity for the bomb to go down, but the backstep is incoming. Adam XO's holding it off, and now it's just Ruler to rotate on through. The next time he hears this bomb plant come on through, he's just going to swing out, take him down, or he can just do it a little bit earlier than that. AC 1v3 with the AWP. It's not going to happen. That's 6-3 to the favour of the Goose House. And a quick pause coming in right here. Might be for the Goose House right here, because they have kind of dropped off in the last few rounds.
Trying to regain their footing, moving forwards into this game. They do have a lot of money sat over there on Eddie. Probably going to distribute that around. I imagine 2 drops come out from him, going over to B-Magic and Luke JM. Probably the rest are going to be buying up AKs. Could be even feasible that Jack buys an AWP with that glass cannon. Maybe give it over to AC, potentially, or have Eddie just buy it, and then the rest of them buy up those AKs. There's a couple of things you could do. I think that's probably what they're debating at the moment, because you can see ProjectXgg have already full bought. So that indicates to me that this isn't their pause at this stage, because generally, if you're the ones pausing, you're the ones waiting to decide what to do, and what you do depends on what you buy. And if you bought already, you're not thinking about what you're doing. You already know. So I think, yeah, the buys do start to come in. Actually, a CZ and a Deagle? Okay. Are they going for a straight pistol round? He's bought a CZ, so I don't know why he's got this Deagle. Okay, yeah, it's going to be picked up by Eddie. Armor as well on him. So they're going for a sort of well, not quite a quasi-buy, but it's a pistol buy.
I mean, I guess you could call it a quasi-buy. You know, several players have invested in pretty hard, while others have gone pretty soft into this one, like Luke JM and Jack with just the simple pistols with no Kevlar, and you guys got guys like Eddie with the utility as well. So they're going to be trying to look for a little something in this case, but more than anything else, it is going to be around to get themselves up to the rifles here. B-Magic, 1v4 situation. And you know, I think the main point of that sort of like of that round was not only to debate buy strategy, but also going forward strategy. And something you can do in this case is just save. So a lot of those players can just buy up, and you can get the strong and defined AWP and 4 AK buy. You'll be slightly light on the utility, of course, but that's enough to set up an execution. You know, you've got 2 Molotovs also in play. 3 Molotovs also in play to flush out the various positions, so a B-side execute can push away barrels, keep them pinned down in the water area, and so on and so forth. Oh, but Ruler, nothing's going to pin him down as he just gets Eddie straight through the flashbang. That's already the first pick to the favor of Project X.
He's done that boost a couple times now already. This is the first time it's actually paid off, so probably won't be seeing it again, at least not for 1 or 2 rounds, potentially. But the rest of the T is going to be walking away with the tail between their legs, moving over towards Monster. Taking that away and groveling, seeing what they can do. Again, that player in Toxic is going to be who they're going to face off against. The aggression starting to come through on Monster, but Hal's ready for the face. Shots sail wide, but they do take him down as they start to continue their push on towards this B site. They've opened it up pretty much entirely as the kills just come out lightning quick for the Goose House, and they're already on the site. They're already planting. Shaunsky and Ruler, they have their work cut out here.
Yeah, not much they're really going to hold in this fight right here. Jack's close range. Ruler may just get caught off guard very quickly out towards this ramp position. The smoke will clear eventually and they will get spotted out, but Shaunsky is going to get the information. Ruler does take down the first, looking for a little bit more, and B-Magic spots him out, and the Caesar does take him down. He swings onto Jack. He could turn this into a 1 versus 1. No way. AWP versus AWP. This will be the ace clutch for Ruler. He's got the defuse kit and everything, trying to prompt out the peak, taps the bomb, spots out AC, manages to take him down. No, he's got to stick this now. 3 seconds. It's not enough time. AC will find it in the end, but Ruler, that was an impossible round, but almost made it work for his team.
Yeah, got a lot of money on the board, which means they are going to be able to buy at least mostly the right weapons. Obviously, you've got lols on that FAMAS. Very strong weapon in its own right, though, so won't be lacking too much. UMP on Black Magic. Is it Black? I keep thinking Black Magic because that's the. I'm pretty sure that's what that's from. I have no idea. But could just be B as in B site. That's probably more accurate. CSGO names. B Magic is the name. And he's got a UMP. They do push in through connector, trying to go up through water. But Adam has other ideas. 3 kills with a spray as Howls trades the kill back as well. So now just Adam going down. And AC's on 21 HP. Looking down the barrels of 4 rifles.
Gonna find these picks one after the other. Howl's got the information that the bomb is in CT control. So from here, the wraparounds come through. Project X just hold things down, and AC realizes that he's got no chance in hell for this one. It's better to save the AWP for the Goose House. Yes, he doesn't get loss bonus. No, he doesn't get paid for this round, but you know, at this point, that's nothing compared to what you'll lose with the AWP. So he's falling out. That'll be Project X taking 4 players into the next round, and after a bit of a hard buy, they are able to find themselves back in building up the economy once again. It's pretty crucial as well because this has been a fight of economy, but something I would like to note as well is that how Adam was able to line up the spray on the tagged up player when the initial first face came in from connector. That's how well Project X seem to like to play this one. You know, they know how far they come. Oh, and Lols may look to go a little bit further. Might just push it out to take down AC in this case. He is holding back towards Park. Down the Lols to find this single shot with the AK or the USP, depending on who strikes first. You might just catch him off guard right here. Ace is watching it. Oh, spots him, takes the shot, and Lols just sprays through the wall. Nicely done. They lose the AWP, and of course it is recovered by Lols. That's 5-7. Favor to the Goose House.
There we go. So, AWP going to be given over to Ruler. Yet again, trying to be that devastating powerhouse that he has been in previous games. Project X 5-7. Down at the moment, but they do have the momentum going into this round. An eco coming out, or I'd say a quasi here. I'd say this counts as a quasi for the Goose House. UMP being brought up on Luke JM. CZ's on 2 of them, a Deagle as well. And they're going to pay off as Jack is able to find one. Eddie finds one as well. Now it's just LolZ trying to pick up the scraps, but AC says no. Those are mine. They're on my plate. I don't want you to have my scraps. They start to push on towards the A site. Adam now has this M4. Eddie trying to turn the corner. Lands the headshot. And now it's just Howls with the AK-47 versus 3. Eddie, Jack, and AC. An AWP and an M4. They are in a very strong position right now. But if Eddie goes down, it's only 2. If Jack goes down, it's only 1. AC could go down as well. All of these things could happen. Let's see which one does. Pushing on towards the site. Jack turns the corner, gets taken down. Does have a kit available, so if he manages to get this frag, it could be the clutch, and there it is. Howls with the 1v3, able to defuse the bomb here on the A site, and that is a brilliant pickup round for Project X.
The fireworks are appropriate. Our celebrations coming in from the Project X camp. They will be well happy with that, especially after the T side came back with such a bit of a booked buy and came back in to be able to turn it into a 3v1. You know, like the fact that they were able to get that far was valiant enough from the Goose House, but just unable to tip it over the edge. That would have been a huge victory for them, but not to be today. They're back down to the CZ's Tech 9's P250s. No Kevlar this time, just a few flashbangs to try and open up a gap in the Project X fence. Now just one left. They've used it all up just to try to take this mid-control, and they are basically going to be pistol rushing this one down, try to get the bomb on the site and plant it so they can get extra money for the next round. Ooh. And Adam XO will shut them down alongside Shawnski, who sets up the crossfire. Now it's all B-Magic. A 1v4. Takes the first. But now needs to find, well, 4 more at this point because Project X, well, they know exactly what's going on. The jig is up for the Goose House. Shawnski looking for the last spray. Spots B-Magic crossing, but he's got to cross one more, and his chances are very, very low, especially with the AWP in play. Howls will take him down, and that is Project X evening up the scoreline here against the Goose House.
7-7, last round of the half. Who's going to take the lead into it? Either way, it's not really going to matter. It's going to be very, very even on the scoreline, so it's all going to depend on how Project X perform on their T side. We said they had a stronger CT half. They've gone pretty much even. If they don't pick up their feet into the T side, they could be in for a bit of a shock here as they transition into the second half. Shawnski, buy a gun. Go on. I believe in you. Buy that M4.
He's been dropped it.
Ah.
Don't worry. I made that mistake too. Right. So
no, he needs to buy another one. That's the rule. That's how it goes. Like,
nah, I don't think it's necessary.
No, it is. It's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Not necessary.
No, it's necessary.
The gun's right there.
Absolutely necessary.
Don't be wasteful.
Listen.
Don't be wasteful.
I don't want a gun that's been on the dirty ground, all right? That's...
Wow, you must hate eco rounds then. Right, so pause coming in for the Goose House. I think it's a little bit late, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's last round of the half. At this point, B-Magic's just trying to talk it through, and they've used 2 pauses in this half. I think it would have just come better if they were able to use them in the CT side and be able to bring that back as well. Oh, Ruler spots out AC. Once again, perfectly played for the CT. Orpa and Adam XO is just as consistent, taking down Luke JM. Jack swings around, taking down Shawnski to bring it to 4v3 right here. A minute and 30 still left in the clock, so the T side have time to work with, but their numbers are spread so thin and they need to find a pick back. They could still take down Ruler and Adam. They've been tagged up very, very heavily with the leg shots and the initial AK fight, but so far they won't show them face. They will just hold back and hope for an extra pick to go their way.
Waiting with that bomb in connector, trying to find some ground somewhere. What they need to make sure they don't do is peek one at a time. They need to go for those double faces. We've seen them do it a couple of times now, where they take the fight and they just go one at a time and pay the price for it, specifically against that retake on the A site. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. Adam pushing down through connector, looking to the right, sees someone with a nade in their hand, and that is going to be devastating. They were relying on that smoke as well as they start to push on to the B-bomb site. B-Magic traded back there, and it's now Eddie with 1 HP. One chance, one shot against Project X to take this small lead going into the second half.
And 1 shot to find. That's all the Project X side need, and the Goose House, well, look at Eddie right here. He knows that the AWP is watching from the heaven area. He knows there's someone short. He knows there's probably someone jungle as well. So he's trying to bait out as much as he can. Maybe try to get aggressive and try to see if he can take anyone down, find any shot. But, well, he's going to miss the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to potentially bring the CT, or the T side, sorry, to the Goose House. So now the CT side has to get a little bit more pugdant.
I do not know what is going on in the LAN hall.
Hooray! There's a round of applause.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's about.
Congrats, well done to whatever that is. If you're watching this stream, nice one, friendo. Anyway, we are going to be getting into the second half now. So Project X over on that T side. See if they are able to bring the thunder. See if they can bring the pain, bring the hurt, get the frags, kill people. They start off pretty well. Get traded back, but hail of peas, get shot. And well, they get 2 kills for it. B-Magic now holding towards this water position at the end of a monster. Going to find one, but gets traded back pretty instantly. Now 2v2 as AC is able to get one for himself. Shawnski and Hells holding this B-bomb site. Eddie and AC both trying to go for this retake. Interesting rotate. Eddie does hear the footsteps and actually lands the shot to the dome on Shawnski. Now it's all on House. He needs to play this pretty conservatively. He needs to know what's going on, but AC is able to turn the corner and just tap the skull. Neither of them had a kit. Did stop the defuse, but it's not going to matter. We do have a kit now, but either way, they're going to be able to get the defuse. So Project X take a fall at the first hurdle. That really surprised me for some reason. Despite the fact that there's been balloons in every single round, that one really got me.
It's party mode. Happy birthday, CSGO.
I know.
Right, so for that round, I think the main issue for the Goose House was B-Magic. We know he's not stepping up. We understand that he's the IGL, but he's got to put more frags on the board. Look at him, 6-13. That's just, it's just not very good at all. The next guy up to him has 11. That's a full 5 kills difference between the 2 lowest players on the CT side. So I think he needs to put a little bit more behind him. This will be a good opportunity. He's holding out from heaven, but he lets 2 players cross without taking a single shot and gets taken down by P2. 50s is of all things. Jack's got to get himself in towards the site and take some down. He does get it back to a 3 versus 3 eventually, but that FAMAS needs to come out. He's got to put that firepower back behind him because Project X, this is the 2nd round in a row they've got themselves bomb plants. This is the 2nd round in a row. That means that basically they're going to have, you know, in a pretty decent buy, you know, for the 3rd round, or the early rifle round in this case. They will come through, eventually change things out, but I mean, even so, Ruder's fragging, and he turns it down to 2 players left alive for the Goose House. So that's investment lost. That's M4s that need to get picked up by that CT side. Jack, please find one. No, that's going to be a heavy reinvestment here for TGH.
They got the plant. That's all they needed. And they got 3 frags on top of that. That is absolutely incredible. Very, very good pick up there for Project X. Able to take the fast play through connector towards that B-bomb site. And actually, as you said before, B-Magic, just not as strong.
5 AKs coming out from Project X. 3 M4s out for the CT side of the Goose House. 2 FAMAS available right here. They will try and see if they can make their way on through Project X. Adam XO will get the first, but Eddie comes back to try and see if he can take him down. AC with the quick assist right there. Either way, Project X, they pretty much pushed the CTs way back into the passive angles, and Howes is fragging, taking them down one by one. It's B-Magic and Jack as the last 2 alive here for the Goose House.
They are going to be going for this retake, though. Nonetheless. All right. Okay, let's go for this. B-Magic says. He goes for the shot, manages to land it. Lols does go down, now back in the 2v2, starting the defuse. Does get taken down, though, with a nice tipper-tapper. Tipper-tapper to follow it up. And that is going to be, well, Nazi Jack. Going down, going down there. Counter-terrorists, not around. Project X. Able to pick it up. 9-all is the scoreline. You're right.
Yeah, I'm fine. So,
sure?
yeah, Project X pick up that round. And that's a pretty crucial one as well, because that was the 3rd conversion that the Goose House really needed to find. And with the amount of damage that Project X did, it means that this buy for the T side is going to be great, but for the CT side is going to be, well, pretty dire straits. They've got 1 M4 out. They've got CZs, of course. They've got automatic weapons, sure, but they're very low tier. 1 Deagle out for Jack. He's got to land some heads as they cross in towards sites, and Project X have a very significant advantage here in this round, to say the least, right here. Eddie does get the first pick onto Adam, but now they've got to hold it out. Now they've got to keep them from getting any more, and there's Jack coming in with an Eagle, looking for a little bit more. They know they're down towards the long side. And if he can get a single tag right here on Shawnski, he can take it down. That grenade is so good, but it doesn't land from Luke JM. He read it so well, but he's just a little bit too far out of place.
They have taken 2 players off the board and a lot of damage. Close range with those pistols, they're devastating. They are absolutely having a massive effect so far in this game. They need to keep it rolling if they want to be the very best, like no one ever was. taking their time, going slowly. Starting to push on now. 30 seconds left on the clock, so they do need to start committing. Eddie does go down, so the only rifle does fall. B-Magic playing close, gets 2! That's a 3K! Incredible close play there from B-Magic, and we told him he needed to set up. Do you know what he just did? He stepped right up. He said, all right then, casters, do you know what? I've had enough of that. I've had enough of your lip, and I'm just going to get a 3 kill like it's absolutely nothing. With a CZ just playing so close. Brilliant shots coming through from him.
Enough of your lip. You're starting to sound like the UK scene, John.
You what?
You're starting to sound like the UK scene, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it, fam?
It is, fam.
Is it, though?
ProjectXgg
But
down to
like,
P250s. Luke JM, this should be easy. Clean up, get himself 2, maybe 3 C's. Has to get swapped out. He does get dinked, but finds the head. There's Jack coming on through, taking now 1, and Luke JM gets himself the quad kill. Easy as that is pretty much what we're expecting here, as ProjectXgg are not allowed the opportunity until now to buy it down. AK's coming out of Galil for Howes and AWP out for Ruler already, who has been a very impact fragging AWP for the T side. So let's see if we can do it once again. ProjectXgg making their way into the default. Well, actually, it's more of an A-center play right here. They've got one player heading up towards Connector and one in towards the Monster and B site. And ProjectXgg looks like they're going to be playing, well, the bomb mostly towards B. They're in towards the, A site, excuse me. They're making their way in towards Parkway. I'm just going to try to see if they can find a map control, which shouldn't be that difficult considering that the Goose House, they are playing some pretty passive angles.
Trying to get their foot in the door, but they haven't got anything just yet. 125 on the clock, so they do have a limit. As we all know, in every single round of Counter-Strike, there is a limited time on the round. Yeah. They need to make something happen before that time runs out. Otherwise, they do lose the round, and that's not going to be good. 9-11, you do need to be able to pick up this round. Oh, there it is.
So, 60 seconds. 5v5. Still no opening picks coming in for either side, and ProjectXgg look like they're ready to hit the A site. A great first pick from Ruler, as then he makes a crucial mistake in peeking into that AWP. Counter flashes from AC, trying to keep them at bay. He flashes off 2 players, but still allows House to get completely unnoticed and get himself in towards Optimus, taking down AC to the 3v5. The bomb will get planted, and from here the retake is on for the Goose Hats, but it's getting shut down piece by piece before they're even allowed in towards the site. B-Magic gets taken down, leaving Luke JM in a 1 versus 4. He's taking down Adam, so 3 left to find, and Shawnski is now looking for the last frag that will bring it over the edge and bring ProjectXgg to double digits.
They needed to pick it up, and they did. 10-11 now, so they are going to be looking to sort of break the economy. It is already on a force or a pistol, but they are going to go ahead and grab 2 CZs, 2 P250s. The AKs abound. The AWP in the hands of Ruler, and they are going to go for this fast push towards water. 1 does go down, but that's traded back pretty quickly. But they've overrun this B bomb site, and now they have nothing but time to just play with and plant the bomb, get it done, and Shawnski is going to do just that. He is going to set it down. B bomb site is taken. Only 2 players left alive. The smoke being dropped there as well. Luke is on very low HP. Jack does have the AK in his hands from Adam, but Luke gets taken down, and, well, Ruler has the AWP. Makes it work for him. 11 all is our scoreline.
Nicely done from ProjectXgg to bring this one back to evens right here. So, the Goose House not having the strong CT side that we were hoping they would, or that they were hoping they would at the very, very least. You know, they need to have a little bit more after that. All right, T side. It wasn't great, but they need to step up big time here, and so far they haven't done it. We'll have one more chance with AC getting in with the first AWP. Jack has also got one as well as the double AWP setup coming in from TGH. So let's see if they can make it work on the defensive of the ProjectXgg side. AC gets himself a second as he makes his way back in towards jungle. House does trade it out against Luke JM, but now the rotations are coming in thick and fast, and the bomb will get planted on the side, I think. Pillar, that's it. B-Magic will go peeking, and that's just nasty, mate. You know that there's at least a few more T-side members left in play. You go chasing for a kill, and he just gets traded out so damn quickly by the ProjectXgg side. Now AC and Jack and Eddie are the last few alive. They're on the site. They tap the bomb for the first time. The AWP from Ruler, however, comes through, taking down AC. Howls sprays his way on through. Meanwhile, the other side is having an assault on 3 different fronts, and Howls will get himself the spray onto the 2. Project X will find themselves up 12-11 right here. They finally take the lead away from the TG.
Someone was trying to stick that defuse there. In the midst of all that, someone was trying to stick the defuse. They were so close. I think they were sort of, under a second left on that defuse. So brilliant timing to be able to get that kill there. Project X take the round. They do keep the rifles. Again, playing this fast and aggressive style with what it's going.
Pistols now out for TGH. Let's see. They can make a couple extra frags work. Aggression coming out from the CTs. And yeah, they're actually making it go so. Eddie gets an AK. It might be best to pass it off to his teammate, though. He's on 15 HP and might have to think about whether or not they really want to go for this kind of thing. Actually, the AK could still come into play. Eddie's going to get a frag, and indeed he does take down one more. That's the AWP recovered. So kills coming in across the board for the CTs. They are making it work so far. 3 versus 3, and Jack doesn't even get the P250. AK out, looking for one more on Shawnsky. Howes does come in with a flank and take him down, but Shawnsky took a hell of a lot of damage. 2v2 now. And TGH will look to go for this retake. They've got an AK and an AWP. That's pretty decent considering that they went in this one basically full eco, and they will go, I think, for a retake. They've got themselves on towards the site. AC looking around, looking for anything he can. Shawnsky spotted. Eddie peeks, trying to hold him back for this couple of seconds. The Molotov will go down. I think it did land, and indeed it does keep Eddie. No! No! What are you doing? That... Oh, Eddie. That they have to take a pause after that, because that was just not on.
It was dire. It's not terrible. I mean, they weren't expecting to win this round anyway. They could have had that, obviously. They could have had the round, but it was a pistol round, pretty much, I believe. Or am I wrong? Have I just completely blanked? No, it was a pistol round. Right?
It was an eco, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Calm down, John.
That's what I don't know what just happened. But anyway, Project X take the lead, but they are going to be facing up against rifles. Again, just waiting to see what they're going to do. Shawnsky yet to buy. I imagine it's going to be the standard AK set. We've also got the counter-terrorist side on the screen, also known as the Goose House, buying up those M4s.
AWP
across the board. Well. I imagine Jack probably has one drop for him, because if I say that he doesn't, then he already has. So that's just how it works, man.
There we are. Picks it up eventually.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, cool. So I imagine what Project X are going to do is probably continue their fast and loose style. We haven't seen them play towards long. I'm expecting either another monster or water push, or potentially through connector towards that. Could see the bathrooms, but I think B has been their target. It's worked for them. I think that's what we're going to see. I think we might see... I'm going to say 3 players through connector, 2 through monster or water. That's my call. It's my call for this round.
Alright then. Well, for the Goose House, I mean, they got to find something a little bit more solid, you know. Like, they're giving away kills that they really don't need to do, especially when they have those gun rounds, you know. I refer back to about 2 rounds ago when B-Magic basically just ran down water ramp and got himself traded out so quickly. That basically gave the even-up scoreline to the Project X side, and you just can't be giving away kills like that. You've got to hold a much more solid defensive. You've got to go in with a game plan. For B-Magic's team, it's just not really sitting right here. They've got to find a way to get those opening picks, and they've got to do it now, because we're crossing, like, match point territory right here, and you know, you can't afford to be making silly plays at this point in time. So 4 M4s, 4 AKs, AWPs out for both sides here on the CT&T. AC and Ruler, the star orbs for either side, but Ruler has definitely been outperforming AC. AC needs to step up when the pressure is on here. They're going to go Project X straight in, fast play, and Lols will get one, but Howls trades back Luke JM as Luke JM gets the trade on through there, not stopping for his freight train. B-Magic, you got a frag now, and he gets the dink, but he's not going to be able to take the kill now. A 2 versus 4, bomb planted in the middle of the site, and Eddie and AC so far removed from each other, it's just not going to happen today. There is no chance in hell. And that will be 14-11 in the favour of Project X, unless something ridiculous comes out. But I don't even think they've got time to set this up.
I don't think so either. Can I just point something out? How many players went connector that round?
Pretty much all of them.
3?
3.
2 of them went monster.
Ah. Fast split from
That's
Project
exactly
X.
what I predicted.
Ah.
There we go. Pretty happy with that. as you can probably tell by the fact that I brought it up and explicitly mentioned it. Eddie, going to be happy with that kill as well. Adam does go down, taking a rifle out of the hands of those pesky terrorists. Oh, they are so annoying. Project X do take another round, so close to being able to progress here. This is round 5 in the lower bracket. It's a best of 1, so whoever wins this map wins the match. They will be progressing on to the lower bracket semi-finals, which will mean that will be played tomorrow, in the morning or sort of midday. I can't remember which one is which. I think lower first, and then upper. No, upper first and then lower. So they'll be on tomorrow. They'll be on stream, and okay, interesting. And then after that, obviously, we'll have the grand final, but. Grand final of this round. It's going to happen straight away. Luke JM able to find the first pick up there. Lols trades it back. They've done a lot of damage over onto Howls, and they have got quite a good position here onto the B bomb site. No smokes yet towards window. Bomb does get planted though, and AC managed to find the pick onto Lols straight away. So now it's 3v4. Only a CZ in the hands of B Magic. Nades, flashes, smokes. That's what they need to be chucking straight at the enemy side. But Adam is able to win that trade off the back of a terrible set of peaks from the CT side. House finds 2 as well to close us out, but AC isn't done just yet. Needs to find the both of them, but no, Project X take us to match point, and they have the dominating showing right now.
I just don't feel like the Goose House are quite as coordinated, and you can see that in the sense that they're throwing the same flashbangs into the same positions of 2 different flashbangs just going in at the same time. You feel like there's a lot of work that needs to be done here if you are the Goose House, and it just feels like these rounds aren't playing together as a team like full-on frontal. So there needs to be some serious stepping up going on from the Goose House, and it needs to happen like right now, else they're going out of the tournament. And Project X will progress to the semi-finals 16-11 right here. M4s will be out of CZ for B Magic and a UMP for AC, and that is the best they got. What do you got, Goose House? Let's see if they can find this one. It's going to be a fast push coming in from Project X out towards the A long area. B Magic spotted and executed by LOL. Straight down, the bomb will get planted for Bank. And now TGH up for the retake. They will get themselves in towards positions. Luke JM looking for his first kill on Howls or Lols. Spots Howls, takes him. Now knows Lols might be right close to him, but no, the smoke comes him off. He can't hear the footsteps. They'll spray on through. They'll get the second. Lols is still sitting in the smoke. They don't see him. They're going to probably lose this to this man right here. Backstab incoming. Eddie gets 1 kill, and now he's just going to wait for the bomb to get tapped. He takes the kill, takes the second, and just like that, the whole thing falls apart because they make one crucial mistake. Eddie looking around for his last man, but Lols can play for time, will not go down, and Project X will win 16-11.
Well, very, very unfortunate there. They didn't check the smoke. They didn't make sure they checked all their angles. What do we know? What have we learned today, kids? Always check your angles. Always check your smokes. Otherwise, you will go down to a play like that. And they lose the game. They're out of the tournament. So bad luck to them. But good luck to Project X, because they have now progressed onwards to the lower bracket semi-finals, which, as I previously stated, will be streamed tomorrow. We're done now, aren't we?
No, the semi-finals are off stream, and then...
No, the lower bracket semi-finals.
Yeah,
lower
bracket semi-finals.
No, we're streaming those.
No, we're not.
Pretty sure we're streaming those. I mean, I meant lower bracket finals.
I told you we weren't streaming them.
I mean, that's what I meant. When I said I meant that. That's fine. That's all that we can take away from this cast, is that I don't know anything, and Jamie doesn't know anything either. So there we go. We are going to be going to the end of today's broadcast, so thank you for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to our incredibly insightful commentary. Also, cheers to
Crossy.
Cheers to Crossy.
Yeah.
For helping us out as well during the day. He is now probably, I think, taking a nap before the big fight.
Yep. I think he's gonna be watching the fight. Are you gonna be watching the fight? Let us know on Twitter @SwitchJamie and @JohnAllenCasts.
Don't at me. Don't at me with that. Don't at me with that.
At me with
I
that.
don't want to.
I'd love to know.
Don't at me with that.
I'd love to know. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna.
If you're gonna chat stuff, don't at me.
Right, it's getting late. We've been working for about 13 hours, so we're going to head off now. Do join us at 10:30 a.m. for the upper bracket grand finals, or the upper bracket finals, to decide our first team in the stage finals. Till then, take care. See you soon. Bye.